And we're live again with Crone's Crucible and Water Dance. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are in the depths of one of the Xanathar hideouts when we left off. Anybody have anything they need to mention before we find out if the party dies?
I did not hit her. I did not.
Oh, hi, orc guy.
I'm totally ready to re-roll a character.
I think we all are.
No, you guys,
I'm
no.
not.
You guys will be fine. I'm the one who's dying tonight, so you're fine.
We love you,
Everything
Lynn,
will
for
be
your
okay.
sacrifice.
It was pointed out off camera that potentially this initial boss fight could be pretty horrendous the way it's designed. It's got some very high level characters that are involved on the edges. So it's a matter of whether they get involved or they stay on the edges. So we will see what happens with their choices here. Good thing we don't have Sylvia making bad choices from the previous campaign.
You know, if this was Sylvia's bad choice, she would have collapsed the ceiling on that door, and we would have been fine. Just saying.
Shatter makes everything better.
Well, when we left off last time, we had a group that had snuck all the way down into a sewer hideout, and after fighting several individuals and having some encounters along the way, including one with the guy that they had met in the yawning portal the previous evening, who was not in the best of shape, they managed to defeat those guys and avoid an encounter with some kind of creepy oozy thing that was down there as well. So, and somebody needs to be on first to talk because I keep hearing my voice coming back at me.
Hello.
Hi.
That drives me crazy when I hear my voice. Anyway, they then went around a bunch of corridors and down some directions, found themselves in a room that opened up into a lit area, and they found this orc that is showing on the screen standing on a red-haired man who was in very, very bad shape. He was on the verge of death. He'd been tortured to almost death, and in front of the orc, ahead of you, because the orc initially had his back to the party, there was a very creepy thing sitting on a dais. They managed to marginally deceive the thing, just enough to get it out of the room for a little bit. Now I will mention, I don't think I mentioned last time, but from the room next door where it went, when it left, you briefly heard, I'll say a magitech sound, electric sound of some kind. And it was gone for the time. The orc turned around, still with his foot on this guy, and started talking with you and still believed that you were Krensk, who was this guy that you had encountered. So as we take out Krensk/Relian and Epiphany are standing about 10 feet in front of this orc who has basically a flaming palm that he's been using to blast Floon with fire in an attempt to torture him. And the other three are back in the corridor behind those two in front. Nakri was in front preparing to do a charge, which is where we take up tonight. So, are we going to do this thing?
Let's do this thing!
I am completely 100% committed.
YOLO!
Very fitting to say.
I am going to put you on an actual battle map. There's not much people involved at the moment. but I will put you on the battle map, and I will also show the people what they're seeing. This is what they are seeing, is a room without being able to see the side parts on it. So they are in this long room with this dais and chair, wooden, kind of throne-ish almost looking thing at the bottom end. So we have a surprise attack by Nokri, who is going to make this sudden charge. So Nokri, you are up on a surprise round. What you gonna do?
Well, I think the last thing I was going to try and do was to basically body check this dude off the noble. What do I roll for this?
You will roll an what is it? The strength roll.
Athletics.
Athletics. All right. Unless I'm looking at it and never remember if it's acrobatics or athletics.
Acrobatics is dex, athletics is strength.
Yeah, you're doing a flat strength roll against his strength roll. So let me get his sheet up here so that I can roll for his strength of resisting it.
So do I actually hit the strength button, or do I hit the athletics?
Athletics.
Okay, double checking, because I know you can do it either way. Nope. Well, at least I flashed into him.
Let's see what he gets. Yeah, he managed to beat it. He doesn't have all that much strength, but he managed to beat your roll. So,
yeah, I'm not surprised.
So he stands strong, and we are now into the actual rolls themselves. So Cashin, what are you going to do? Nokri is now face to face with this guy.
Well, seeing as how her attack didn't go as planned, Cashin is going to do something improvisory. So he's going to do the same as her, rush up, but instead of a shoulder check, he will do I guess you'll call it a sword check.
Just cut the Achilles tendons on this dude.
So you're going to rush in and attack him with your sword?
Yep. And yeah, he will try and go after the guy's legs.
No, not yet. You're off to a great start.
Good.
You're off to a great start. Okay. So we are up to Relian.
I am not dropping the disguise first and foremost. Let's see. So, has this guy moved at all? Like, is he still holding the rope or anything, or from the picture?
He stood strong when she ran into him, so he's still like the picture. Yes.
So he's still pinning this guy down.
Correct.
Okay. So, still in my Fritz, whatever his name is, disguise, I'm gonna run up and just, Bosch, I'll take this lug and, you take care of these interlopers. If we lose this guy, the lords will have our skins.
Roll for persuasion.
Would that, doesn't really matter. Persuasion, deception, that's all the same at this point.
Not bad.
Someone hit the double digits.
Right?
Oh, he looks at you and goes, "At least you finally done something smart," and hands you the rope.
In my disguise, I immediately grab the rope, support this guy on my shoulder, and walk back over to my monstrous compatriot, and we're gonna get him at least around the corner.
So Plume's coming back this way, and you guys are back there at that end. All right, so we're up to Lyric.
All right. So first thing, is Epiphany also disguised, or was that
No.
only Relic?
Epiphany pulled his hood up and tried to look like he was some creepy Xanathar individual.
Yeah,
But
he's got his tongue extended out and is like
So
kind of
he
technically.
is trying to pretend to be something. He's
The
not.
guy thinks he's Xanathar. Yeah.
Okay, that's
Well,
what I was trying
he
to
doesn't
get
think
at.
he's
I knew
Xanathar, but
Relian is.
he
I
knows
knew Relian is Cranks, but I didn't know if
the guy doesn't think he's Xanathar, but he thinks he's one of the abominations, aberrations, whatever that hangs around the Xanathar group.
So, I forget if Vicious Mockery is a action. It is an action. No time to really do anything for looking up Vicious Mockery, so I'm going to just mock the orc. So DC 13 Wisdom save or take 2 damage.
Your skin is green. I don't like green.
Insult to him? Or...
13, DC 13, so he beats it. He does not take
He
2
does?
damage.
Okay. And then I will use a Bardic Inspiration on Cashin.
Thank you.
And the inspiration will be in song. This one I do have prepared. No one stabs like Cashin. No one gabs like Cashin. No one does celebratory dabs like Cashin. All that he does is exhilarating. No one wins like Cashin.
Oh my god, if you were married, you'd be divorced.
I divorce you too.
Oh my goodness.
And I'll end it on a dab as well.
Copyright's coming after you.
If I
No,
could,
he changed it just enough.
So you get that sweet D6 inspiration, Cashin.
I don't know if I want to thank you or not.
and the inspiration is used for which role?
Inspiration is for any roll, really? I think
Attacks and saves no,
ability check, attack roll, or saving throw.
yeah, just not damage.
Yeah, so he if he rolls low on like an attack roll, he can add a D6 to that attack roll, but not the damage.
Yeah.
Very good. You got a D6 to use on a lot of things. All right, so we are up to Epiphany.
Can I also move back? No, door. I think there's a door.
It's not a door. You go underneath the sewer, and the way they've got it there, you wouldn't be able to see what. So we'll just say you are back further, but I wouldn't be able to actually move you back because of the way they have the dynamic lighting on this. So you are back. How far would you say you are back from the entry area right here?
I forget if it's 30 or 60 feet for Vicious Mockery. It is 60 feet. So I would want to stay within range of 60 feet. So it's 35. Let's go an additional 10 further back. So I'm technically 45 feet away from the orc.
Okay, I know where you would be on this map if I were able to move you. You would be right the other side of the dip where it goes low and you had to bow down to get under the sewer. That you'd be right on the other side of that.
By the way, where's the orc on the turn order?
He goes before me.
Unfortunately.
I didn't see him.
He got removed somehow.
Let me re-add in here real quick. I've got 2 sheets up because of where you started and where we are now, and I probably did not add him on the second sheet, so let me get him up here so you can see him as well.
So this guy goes before me. This is gonna be rough. Kind of wish you didn't actually jump into attacking a melee.
I did that with the 6.
I mean, out of the 2 of us, I have full HP. That's why I'm like,
Okay, so we are up to Epiphany.
Okay. He is going to. Man. Yeah, there's not a good option to help with. Yeah, we'll just. Are we? So he's still connected to Relian, and he's just like, are we attempting to appear part of the guild still, or has the cover been blown?
Look, we get this guy at least out of this room. We put him somewhere. We make sure he's safe away from these nut jobs. If they're in trouble, we come back for him. That's the plan.
Very well. Would I be able to use Mage Hand on the guy to, like, basically use the help action? Like, just to, like, put a hand in his face and just whack at him?
Nyuk, nyuk, nyuk.
Yes, promote more blood loss.
I will say that will distract him to some degree and give some advantage on some types of attacks, yes.
Okay, so then I will use Mage Hand to basically do the help action and just
Poke him in the eye.
put a big hand in his face, like poke at him and that sort of thing. So if it's help action, then that would be the next attack would have.
What is this giant hand-shaped insect? It's really distracting.
Just Three Stooges him.
We're heading back to Lyric's direction, right? Because we're going back the way we came.
Yeah. I'm not quite sure if you're around that corner or if you're in the corridor.
Yeah, I think we're right here. So he's trying to head back to the corridor.
Okay, very good.
So I guess on Relian's, I guess in that case on Relian's move, we'll just keep going.
Well, I thought we were going to use your move action to at least move a little bit.
Okay, then I will use my move action to drag him another 15 feet.
Okey-doke. The orc, suddenly realizing he's being attacked, he yells in Epiphany's direction, "You come aid me!" And then he proceeds to release a firebolt in Nokri's face.
Ooh.
But he is currently at disadvantage because of the mage hand. I'll give him 1 round of disadvantage. So because of that, he only rolls a 13 and misses. He would have hit
Thank
otherwise.
God for that 18 armor. Thank God for that 18 armor. Whew, okay.
And let's see if he has anything that is a bonus action that he might want to use. Does not. Oh, wait. Ah, okay. He'll use that in a moment. Cashin, I think you're up. I've got.
Not great.
Okay, yeah, I've got. Once again, these are coming up the wrong numbers. I don't know. It should be Cashin at 6. Or were you 21? Because these numbers, I have
21.
Okay, see, I'm showing 2 numbers. The reason being I have 2 pages that I had to cover. So let me put you at the proper spot here because it wasn't coming up on the proper spot for me.
It's all good. Yeah, he starts the round. I ended up ending it. But because I ran in first, I had the surprise round.
Let me double check that there's no other. I think everybody else is showing the proper doubles where they're supposed to be. So yes, it is not break.
Yeah. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. No, Cashin's too close to do this, but he has good deck, so
I mean, he's sort of right behind you.
I mean, I guess I'm gonna spit acid in this guy's face and just do the breath weapon. I hope I didn't mess up the sheet. Come back here. DC for that is 8 plus con plus pro, so 3 on top of the 8, so 11, I think. That's 8 plus Constitution, which is 1. That's 9, and then 2. Yeah, 2 would be 11.
All right, so he needs to
Really should
roll
put
Dex.
Mhm.
He's rolling Dex. If the game will roll it, he's rolling Dex. There, third time he got it. Rolled a 16, so he takes half damage. That's 6 damage. Arr!
I critted.
Arr!
I'll probably growl at Cassie. Get after them.
All right. Cashin grumbles as he
Make it look like it's some emergency that you're trying to get him from Reliant and whatnot. That you're chasing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Cashin for just one, as just a afterthought, just takes one of the knives and throws it at the orc.
Okay. Your ranged knife attack.
And I use my 1d6.
You actually hit.
Oh.
You don't have to use your 1d6 if you don't want to. So you hit him for, okay, sneak attack, yeah, you're within, so that's 6 damage.
And Cashin
lifts his arm like he's about
gets
to
after them,
do
quote
something to
unquote.
you, but he misses you as you dash away. From the other room, you hear that sound that you heard when the creepy thing left the room. You hear the sound again.
Y'all better hurry with your moves so I can get the
Relin.
He is going to continue to, with Epi's help, continue to drag this guy out. But as he does, Relian in his disguise turns, and just for a brief second, his multicolored eyes break through the illusion. They flash, and as they do, a 6x6 brick wall appears between Nokri and the half-orc.
Ooh.
So you are basically putting him in a box?
Not exactly. The image itself can't be larger than a 5'5" cube, but there's a lot of actual dimensions in a 5'5" cube.
Oh.
What I'm actually doing is just conjuring up an image of a wall between him and his target.
An image, all right, I gotcha. Okay, so we have a wall image there. I will just leave it. I won't put the wall up.
If that's the case, a 5x5 wall, still an obstacle.
Now, she is within melee range, so within 5 feet is why I'm trying to visualize. Does this have to be 5 feet depth? Because it's probably only about 3 feet to put a wall without it slamming into somebody, which will break the illusion.
So long as it fits in a 5-foot cube.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be a thick wall. It just has to. He just has to perceive it as a wall.
Okay.
It's like one of those like optical illusions where it looks like it has depth, but it doesn't have
Cardboard
depth.
thick illusion up in front of him, but it's very realistic looking, like a brick wall. Gotcha.
All he's got to do is swing through it, and he's like, "Hey, wait a second."
Yeah,
Right.
but it's still a distraction.
Would it have been easier if I had disengaged back a little bit?
Oh God, yes, but
Yeah, but I mean, too little, too late. But still.
Don't worry
Anyway,
about
but
it.
yeah, me and Epi are now getting the heck out of here with this guy.
Before you do that, it's like it's ahead of time.
From the other room, you hear, Grimshar! It's a ruse! Kill them!
No shit!
And it's that deep, echoey voice that is only half through your ears, and the other half, it seems to echo in your brain. Lyric.
Lyric. So I can't see the orc now because of the illusion?
I would say correct. Yeah, you guys can't see him either until the illusion is broken.
Alright, and alright, so bonus action, going to do another bardic inspiration onto Nakri this time. Again with song.
Oh dear.
Glorious, and we will survive until we're victorious, and we will not die until we will do what we must, and we will survive, we're so glorious, and we will not die.
Everybody
know
turns around and kills the bard, yeah.
I know what you're trying to do in making sure we don't die. Relian's voice like leaks through the disguise, but you're making it so I wish we were dead.
So I get the crap song and she gets the good one.
I like both of them. Thank you very much. And in this case, I will go ahead and move my 30 feet back.
Okay, so you're clear back at the bend where you came around the corner. Let me move you so that you actually...
Now, am I in the room with the door? The door that's holding the monster thing?
No, you are not. That door
I
that
am
you...
not. Oh, that's right.
Rallian, leave it be. Rallian, leave it be.
Sorry.
Every time
Okay.
I grabbed it, it ran away from me.
Let me see what my... Can I move it? Okay, it is a point you choose within range. I can move it up to 30 feet each time I use it. Okay, so then for my... Oh, wait, I forgot to see if it's actually a main action or a bonus action. It is one action. So for my main action, I am going to conjure my mage hand as well. But it's... Yeah, and it's just going to be... it's going to be with me right now. I'm not doing anything with the mage hand at the moment.
Okay, so you're preparing a mage hand and...
Well, mage hand is out. It's not being prepared. It's not being held action or anything. Mage hand is out. I'm just not using it right now.
Okay, very good. And the bardic inspiration is on Nakri, you said, right?
Well, they both have bardic inspirations.
Okay,
so
so-
both Keshin and Nakri.
How long does it last?
10 minutes.
Ah, very good. And it doesn't cancel when you cast it on the second person, no?
It does not say anything about... Yeah, you can use this feature a number of times equal to your charisma modifier. You regain any expended uses when you finish a long rest. Doesn't state anything about if I can't have more than one.
Yeah.
I will reread it, though.
You're limited in how many times you can use it, but not on how many people you can use it. Anyway, all right, so we are up to Epiphany.
Okay. Epiphany will prepare Mind Sliver. So the first hostile creature. Well, if he sees the orc, he's not going to do it on the on the big scary thing. Actually, you know what? No, he's going to. He's going to ready Mind Sliver. If the orc moves into view, he will shoot it at them. Otherwise, he's going to continue moving with the guy.
Very good. Now you guys will be back underneath the... You can still see what you're seeing there, but I've got to move you back to the other side here because you're the other side of the sewer dip, but you actually can see that room. But you will, on your screen, it will be blank because you won't be able to see that far away. They've got this wrong. They should have had an openable section there at the sewer, but they didn't. So I'm kind of stuck with it.
It's okay. I can actually still see. Oh, because I have control of. I have access to
Nakri,
Nakri.
yeah, you see it through Nakri's eyes. Yeah, okay, so we are up to Gunshar, who suddenly realizes his error, and but he's got a wall in his face. He backs up. Let's see what is. He tries to dagger hit the wall.
If how far back is he going?
Just took a step back, not out of range.
Okay.
He just kind of, this thing appeared in his face, and he went, "Ugh!" And then stabbed at it with his dagger, trying to shatter it, which immediately breaks the illusion, but he has used his action at that point. So he no longer has an illusion. He can see you, but he has no action. Nakri, it is your turn.
How does disengage work exactly?
It takes your action.
Okay,
Yeah,
then I still have my movement.
Yeah, it basically means you don't trigger opportunity attacks while you move.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna disengage and then I'm gonna turn and run.
Wise decision.
So I will do my full movement, which is going to bring me about.
Probably right at the sewer. That's
Yeah,
the
so
sewer, that one.
Yeah, so I'm gonna hightail it.
Bam! Lady Gonzalez runs, and and we have Cashin.
Well, guess Cashin's bringing up the rear. So
Oh,
while
there it
he,
is.
yeah, micromanage much.
We're just making sure the plan doesn't go too far off the rails.
Well, Cashin is in fact going to take the bag off of his belt and then drop the ball bearings right on top of the stairs, and he's just gonna run like a madman.
I will move you to the other side of the sewer, because you would have moved pretty far, and
A quick question: has Nakri joined us past the stairs, or is he putting those in our way?
I'm gonna assume that once I hit the bottom of the stairs, he's dropped them.
yeah,
Just-
and she could have moved right up to the sewer, so he's dropped them behind her retreat. She's safe. The doors come open that the thing had moved out of, if it will let me grab.
I mean, I thought difficult terrain works like if you don't see where it ends up, then it's difficult terrain to you, not to a person who sees it. I could be wrong, but
In 5 at least, it's difficult terrain. No matter who throws it or what side they're on or anything else, it's difficult terrain. And
okay.
coming, let me see what 40 feet would be. Right there, like this. 40 feet. I mean, right up to where the ball bearings start on the floor, I would say. You would see the thing that had been held on the tall thing's lap. That thing that looks like a gray basketball with grooves in it and has legs. And it is running like mad through the doors and right up to just below you, Nakri, when it hits the ball bearings at that point. But let's see, make sure it doesn't have ranged attacks. It may.
Could I? Oh no, I said it was just the work. Never mind.
And I'm going to move you a bit, Nakri, because you actually are about there and it could make
Oh,
a
yeah,
difference.
no worries.
10 feet, so you are out of its range. That's why I wanted to check to make sure that...
Oh, yeah.
Alright, so it has run up there. And Relian, it is your turn. Relian would probably not see this thing because between the line of sight with that lowered sewer and the fact that it's down the stairs a bit from you, you may not know that it's coming on you.
Okay. Can I see where the party is, though? I see all of my friends, and I see the ball bearings and everything.
Yeah, everything that's up above the stairs you would see. So you would see Nakri, you would see that there's ball bearings starting to roll down the stairs and so forth.
Cool. How wide would you say is the tunnel we are in right now?
5 feet.
Oh, cool. Okay, well, time to use the same trick again, but in a different way. I'm going to do this again, right between Nakri and where the ball bearings end, like just between her and the stairs, and where that point is where I'm looking, just this big blazing fire starts erupting into existence.
Alright.
And I'm then going to use my assisted movement to continue carry this guy the heck away from here.
I'm going to preemptively use its intellect roll so that I know what it will be doing on the next round. It's not actually its round, but I need to know what it's thinking about the fire. Alright, I know, and now you hear the walking and hissing sound of the creepy thing in robes is coming through the door.
Up there?
Through the doors where the thing that's the same door. It's entering the room now.
Yeah, it's now just exiting its private
so,
chambers.
Oh, okay. I'm still seeing that technically the other maps. I'm like, where am I looking?
What do you mean, the other map?
Where I was with the orca. That's why I was like, where is it coming from?
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. It's coming from where you can see there. It's coming from the south of you. But
I am looking back.
Yeah, you're looking at the orc, and it's coming from the direction of the orc. But let me get its measurement up so that I know how far it actually moves here. It would move about to there. Okay. And it has thrown back its hood, and these hideous tentacles are snaking out, and it's angry. Let's see what we've got here. 60-foot cone. It does a single mind blast. All right, I need an intelligence save from you, but it is distracted as it starts to hit the ball bearings that are rolling across the floor, so it will have a bit of disadvantage on this. I need an intelligence check from each of you, and I'm going to say it's a DC 10 because of the distraction.
Saving throw?
Saving throw or check?
It is a saving throw.
Is it
oh
on?
No!
Is it on everyone, or does it have to
Relian, how many people are with you in that room?
Relian, Epi, and the Floon, because we're moving as a assisted movement as a joint unit.
What I needed to know. You guys are around the corner. So this intelligence save is on Nokri, Cashin, and Lyric.
Okay.
Which I think we both saved it, so we're good.
Well, I haven't done the roll yet. Because I can't even really see what's going on because there's a lot of shadow over my character. So you said
Okay.
intelligence saving throw?
Yes.
Oh no!
No.
Okay.
Oh no!
All right. Lyric is down with psychic damage. You are knocked flat by a blast through your mind.
Alright,
I
so
got
Cashin
I got
and
a 3
Nokri have
too.
saved. Yeah, but you were around the corner. This
Oh, okay.
would be line of sight, and it
so
did not
I'm knocked
get you.
down as in like I'm knocked prone?
You are 0.
Oh, I'm at 0. Oh, okay. Well, this I guess saves what needed to be done, I guess.
Yeah, Lyric is out for the count unless somebody revives him. So
Which no one can because I was the only one with healing.
and so he is knocked against the wall behind him and flattened onto the floor as he rebounds off of it from this absolute blast of psychic energy that hits him.
Question.
Cashin.
Is he just unconscious, or does he have to initiate saving throws? Okay, if he's just
Saving-
unconscious,
No,
then
he is down for saving throws. Yeah, he's all the way to saving throws.
okay. Well, I mean, there's a chance that you roll well, and Nokri and
I can get a natural 20.
yeah, or Nokri and Cashin could just pick you up like we're doing to this guy.
But,
Right.
like, I can't. I need to move. Like, I can't see anything down below.
No,
There's
you cannot. That's right.
No, none of us can.
You cannot see beyond the sewer because of the way they drew the map. I can't show it to you.
It's a sewer thing. Okay,
It's
that's
the
what.
sewer, and they drew the sewer as a straight line on the dynamic. They should have put a chunk that I could take out, and they didn't. I have no way without removing all the lines on the map, pretty much. I can't take that section out. But you have a line of sight to the room, whether you can see it or not. Meanwhile, Epiphany, Relian, and Floon are around the corner, and they are out of the line of sight. But,
Okay,
but Nokri, Cashin, and Lyric were in line of sight. And Lyric, you're at 0 hit points.
Yep.
Okay, so question. How well can you see in the tunnel right now? Is it still fairly well lit, or?
Yeah, the tunnel is lit because
Okay.
the light from this room is coming into it, and there were also candles in that room, those rooms from which you came, which were sleeping rooms.
Gotcha. Yeah, my turn will come up before that. Yeah, I don't worry. Well, I'm not leaving a body behind, but yeah, okay.
All right, so are you retreating more? I'll put you on the other side of the
Oh.
sewer.
Well, I mean, it's not my turn yet, but
Okay. All right. Anyway,
Yeah.
it's Lyric's
I was
turn.
trying to think ahead.
Give me a death save, Lyric.
Okay. Oh wait, where's Death? Where is Death? There it is.
Well, Death
Come
is all
on,
around
natural
us.
20. Natural 20. I stand.
Ah,
Clap, 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 clap.
You are back up with.
fireball.
Yeah, I just fall down and I'm like, holy
oh god,
crap!
pure water.
I think
It's a
you,
roller coaster of emotions right now.
what is your DC? I think you may have zeroed your DC instead of your health. Yeah, you're up with 1 point. But what's your
Oh,
spell
no.
DC?
Death's. I mean, sorry. Never mind.
This has to do with his token and what he did with it. What
do
is
you
your
mean?
spell save DC?
My spell save DC should be 13. I'm gonna double check. It is indeed 13.
Yeah, it's showing 0, and I need to. There we go. All right, now you've got your spell save. All right, you're back up just barely, staggering, groggy, but you're up. By golly, do you have? Does that
I think
take
that
his
happens
actions?
I think I think that happens at the end of my turn, so I don't get an
Yeah.
action. I don't get a bonus action. I don't. Get
Epiphany, your turn then.
Stay down! And he kicks Lyric. No, I'm just kidding.
What? No. wanna live.
Epiphany is going to
Oh my god.
friend Rillian, continue dragging, and he will help Rillian drag to the door, and then he's going to ready Mage Hand to pull out some of the gunk to let the ooze free, and his trigger for that will be Nokri passing.
Okay, so the last man passing, basically.
Yeah, basically the last person on the team passing, he's gonna pull it out.
All right. Rumshar now has no wall in front of him, nothing to stop him, and he sets his firebolt on Nokri. Firebolt!
Isn't there a thing of fire?
Yeah, the firewall.
It is an illusion, but there should
He's
be a
going to
wall.
try to fire through it.
Oh, okay.
Fire cannot stop fire.
I can't see where he's moving, so I just wanted to.
I will
Make sure
say
that
he
that
has
thing is-
disadvantage because he can't see her. He's shooting blind, and because of that, he did not hit her. Since
What did you roll?
he rolled a 22 and a 13, and he has disadvantage, so he missed you because of the
And hit his
disadvantage.
boss.
It
Yeah,
ricochets off the lowered sewer area right beside you and behind you there, Nokri, and it is your turn.
Yeah, I'm going to. Okay, so
And he moves up, by the way.
can I? I want to double dash to get twice my moving in, but I also want to chuck Lyric over my shoulder like a potato sack and keep going.
To
Oh, I'm
dash,
standing right now.
to dash takes an action. You cannot
Yeah.
dash and do an action.
Okay, so then, well, I wasn't. I was my plan. I just kind of wanted to grab him and keep going.
Let
You
me
have to
put
use
you
drag-
where you can
grab.
see them, but you
Okay.
can move, and you can move all the way into the room, and you can pick him up. That one's your movement, one's your action, but you can only use your regular movement. Once you have him, what is your
Okay.
strength?
My strength is 16.
Okay, you wouldn't be encumbered.
Please move swiftly.
I'm sorry, what?
Please move swiftly.
No, I meant Ruth because I couldn't quite hear her.
You would not be encumbered.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I guess. I mean, I'll make my full movement in. I can't really see much on the map. I see like a tiny sliver about like that much.
Right.
So I can't really tell where I'm.
It's an L bend into a room. That's it.
I've
You
got
go-
an idea.
If you go north, move your token slightly and look at what's your.
Oh.
Take your token and move it.
Okay. Yeah, no, I can't. Nope.
Oh, keep moving. See?
No, actually, surprisingly, like right where my token is, it's still black. Maybe because I don't have.
Don't move it anymore.
Okay, sorry. I was just trying to see if I could untweak it. So are we all trying to get?
Oh, it's because
Exactly.
the light from the candle is not completely filling the hallway. You are only seeing the light of the candle, that little sliver, but there's a doorway open there that the light is streaming through.
Gotcha. Yeah, so I mean, I would have seen Lyric go, like, hit the, because he was ahead of me, I would have seen him fall, and then get back up again, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so yeah, I'm just gonna do my full, I mean, are we going into the room? Like, what?
Look, I've got an idea, but for that to
Sure.
happen, I need
Uh-huh.
everyone in the room. So if you could just use your normal movement and your action to ferry Lyric also into the room, it might work. That would be good.
Yeah, basically they want you to go in there. You're heading back into those sleeping rooms that you came through.
Okay.
So they want you to dash out through those sleeping rooms and get the heck out of Dodge because they're about to do something.
Okay, I just didn't want to like end up being trapped in the corner with nowhere to go. All right, so then I'll take my movement to get into the room, but along the way I'm probably just going to just reach out and try to take Lyric with me.
Yeah, you would be able to pick him up as your action and continue moving. So let me see how far you would be able to move here where I can see the whole map. There. You would be able, your 30 would put you right inside the door at that point right there. So let me put you and Lyric around the corner where you can't be seen. The two of you are just inside the doorway in that room. All right.
And I mean, I would have scooched over enough to make sure I wasn't blocking it from Cassian or whatever.
Yeah, and it's a 5-foot door. 2 people can go
Okay.
through. If you are fighting with swords, you wouldn't want to be side by side, but 2 people can fit in 5 feet.
Okay. Yeah, I don't even think I took my weapon out. I think I just had the shield ready on my arm and just went in, so I was weaponless.
Cassian, it is your turn.
Cassian's just gonna dash.
Okay, so he heads around the corner and gets out. You would be able to go clear into the next room if you choose to do so. Yeah, about there would be your 30 feet. Okay, so.
Hey, jerk!
Yeah, he just jumps right over everything there and runs right in.
I actually had an idea not to meta too much, but what Cassian could have done was get inside the room, close, and bar the door.
That wouldn't be a real good idea for you guys.
No, it would. Actually, it would, because there's another exit. I mean, bar the door where they're trying to come in at.
Oh,
Yep.
Okay. Well, Noctis still by the door. We'll see what happens.
Lyric, reach over my shoulder and get that door.
Well, I did say I was dashing, so that would be using my action.
You could have used a normal action, a movement,
We're not
that's
that
all I'm
far
saying.
from
I can still do something.
We'll manage.
Don't worry about it.
It's all right.
Don't worry about it.
We're overthinking it.
Yeah, I said I dashed.
Okay.
Let's see. Did I? Yeah, that's where I'm supposed to be. The creepy basketball tries to run but can only make 20 feet. Let's put it just the other side of the sewer dip. It is in the hallway on your side of the visuals now, but it did not make very far because of the difficult terrain. All right, so Relian, it is your turn.
Okay. Scene has out. Epi has got that door where the ooze is contained handled. Relian is also going to summon up a spooky hand, and he is going to have it close and bar the door that Nokri just came in. Like, does it have like a latch or any kind of locking mechanism?
It has a regular latch, but not a lock.
Okay, yeah, he's just going to close and latch the door Nokri just came in at.
All right.
And then he's going to, considering that we still have some movement until the spell.
What I'm figuring on the two of you, the way you're both moving and so forth, is each of you can take 15 feet on your turn, so that together you can move him up to 30 feet.
Exactly, and that's exactly what we're going to do. I'm going to move Epi and Floon another 15 feet, so we're out of this room. But
Okay.
we're still in the radius where Epi's mage hand will still be active because it's a 30-foot range.
Okay, so
Yeah,
so if you were just inside, like here, with Floon like there, and Epi was kind of in the doorway, like, I would think he would be able to still do his mage hand.
Yep.
Yes, and having done all I can do, Relian's just going to call out, "Okay, time to get the hell out of Dodge!"
The thing that has been named Nilor is now coming through, and it only makes 15 feet on its movement. It would make it just to the base of the stairs, so it's going to still be in difficult terrain next round. And it is Lyric's turn. Lyric, are you able to stand up and move on your own?
Yeah, I would be able to stand up and move around now. Did Epiphany was holding an action towards the door with the monster?
Yeah, with the ooze.
Okay. Is there any like chairs or tables, or is it just the beds in here?
Please move.
Just the bedrolls and the rags and things. There was one chair that had been placed under the handle, which I don't think you removed. I think that chair is still wedged under the handle of the door where they left it, because only the rags were removed, as I recall. So there is one chair in the room, yes.
Oh, okay. So then what is Epiphany doing with his mage hand?
We would request you move past us.
He's got his mage.
but I mean,
He's
like,
got
are
his.
you-
He's going to pull the rags out and let the thing slowly move into the room.
But there's still the chair in front of the door. That's in front of the door. With the
but
ooze?
it can
It
go
does-
underneath. It doesn't care about the door.
Well, I was gonna say,
it's not
I was gonna say
solid.
make it the path of least resistance. If it can push against the door, it could
Yep.
hopefully push
But I
it
don't want it
open.
coming in that fast.
Yeah.
Well, no, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold my action for outside of the room as well. And once I'm outside the room, I would yank the chair out. I'm not doing it now. I'm just not while we're still in the path.
Move.
Yeah. So mage
He's
hand.
kind of being carried.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm getting down. Mage hand.
Question:
What?
do you have any spells left?
No.
Okay, never mind. I was going to say maybe a healing word to Floon here so we don't have to carry him, but
Yeah. No. If I had a healing word left, I would use it on myself because I'm that selfish.
I mean, once I
So,
reach you, you can
anyways.
pass them off to me.
Yeah. Anyways, Mage Hand. Once Nakri is out of the room, Mage Hand is going to pull the chair out from the door, and I will move my full movement of 30 feet since I'm using an action. So that's about 20 right there on the Floon, and an additional 10 makes me just making it to Cashin.
You don't have to have line of sight for your mage hand.
I have to have line of sight in order to cast it, but it can be in the room as long as it's within 30 feet of me.
Okay.
It is still there.
I think you can give it simple orders, yeah.
Alrighty then, we are to Epiphany.
Epiphany will mage hand pull out some of the gunky stuff from underneath the door.
Stuff starts to disappear, and you see one tendril starting to investigate. Jello-like tendril, searching around, sniffing if it can sniff. All right, Grumshar.
And then he will continue doing the movement.
Very good.
The movement.
The movement.
That would be something Epiphany would say. Let's make with the movement, please.
We will continue with the movement. Thank you.
Grumshar manages to make it to the top of the stairs, just past the ball bearing, so he will be out of difficult terrain next turn. And we are up to Makri.
Yeah, I will do my 30 feet, which will get me as soon as I can get through this door. Oh, okay, won't let me. There he goes. She'll
And?
put me about there.
Close the door.
Oh yeah.
30 feet will put you further than that. That's only about 15 or 20 feet.
Well, I was like right by the door over here, so I mean that.
Yeah, but that's
I measure-
only 20 feet to there.
Oh yeah,
So,
so maybe about
You'd
here?
be up
Yeah, you would be
somewhere
able
in
to
here.
move pretty much.
Okay.
She should realistically be able to move to where I am since
Okay.
Pretty
I'm
close.
within
Yeah,
30
you're
feet.
somewhere in this area right here.
Okay. Would I be would it be possible for me to, like, as I'm going through that, to close that door behind me?
Yes, absolutely.
I will do it then. I will do it and
Let's
keep going
see
until
if
I.
I've still got a door there. I do not, so let me draw a door.
And so, since I see her, my action triggers. The hand will pull the chair from the door.
Okay, the door is completely unblocked now. If it decides to move through, so that is all the obstacles are taken away from it, and we are up to Cashin.
Well, Cashin sees that everyone's now here, and he just looks to Epi and Rel carrying Floon. He's like, "Okay, let's get going. This guy looks like he's in real hurt."
At this point,
Oh, what was your first clue?
At this point, I'm going to put you back on the visual of the refined sewer, if you want to call it that, because you're back into these tunnels that you came in before. So he is no longer in your sight at this point. And that guy, I assume you've dropped your illusion. So you are basically now running down the corridors that you came in, headed out, only you have, let me get Mr. Floon up here.
Now, if I carry Floon, I won't be encumbered too much.
Well, you were able to carry Lyric without being encumbered.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're straight okay. As long as they're not beefy things, you're all right.
Yeah.
She is strong lady.
Damn strong lady. I'll basically just look at the group and go, "Someone be the light. Give me him. Let's go." And find the first exit out of this place.
Well, Cashin will take out a torch and light it up.
So I will motion that I will start carrying Floon, so that Epi and
a hooded lantern.
That way Epi and Rel won't have to be won't have to reduce movement speed.
This is playing stupid games with me. I've lost my Floon token. Oh well.
Monopoly?
Anyway, you guys, you have Floon. I've lost the Floon token. The Floon token that they gave you is not a real token. So it's
yeah.
Here's what they gave me, which is like I made one and it's disappeared. So.
I
mean, that clearly is Floon Blagmar.
It very clearly
it says so.
Yeah.
It says so on his underwear.
Yeah.
I will. Can I use this icon on with a little person with a little pain coming from its back? Can I just use that to mark that I'm carrying Floon?
There, you're carrying Floon.
There. Yeah. Just that way you don't have to worry about the token. That's like there. I have the marker saying I have the
Very
character.
good. Very good. Did any of you ever see a movie from absolutely years ago? I think it was like 30 or 40 years ago. But an old movie called The Owl and the Pussycat.
I've heard of it, but I've never seen it.
Have.
It had Barbara Streisand as a PG-13 woman with the oldest profession. And she wound up being knocked out of her apartment, and a bookworm guy, librarian type, wound up taking her in, and he was really, I think, inexperienced. And she was wearing underclothes that had her name stitched across the rear end. And he looked at these and went, "Doris?" And she went, "What gave you the right to read my underwear?" And so I'm reminded with Floon of what gave you the right to read Floon's underwear.
No, makes sense.
Barbara
Makes
Streisand?
sense.
Yeah, it was Barbara Streisand.
So, as we're heading down these sewers and everything, so we Epi and Ro passed off Floon to Nokri. We're no longer encumbered. She's unencumbered. We're just booking it down these sewers. After a few twists and turns, just to further mess with them in case they are following us, would it be at all possible to once more use minor illusion to not conjure up a wall because it's not going to fit in these tunnels, but sort of like a small grating that you would see in sewers to make them think they're heading in the wrong direction?
I would say you would have a pretty hard time because they know this hideout like the back of their hand.
These are their tunnels.
But there would be wide spaces, like where the 2 guard areas opened up and the goblins attacked you. There are wide spaces that would give you that width and size that you need.
Okay, well, let's see if we can make it that far first.
I mean, if that creature wasn't working for them, they might have to deal with it now being in the room since their dudes were trying to block it out. That gives us a little bit of time, but as long as we keep moving,
Right.
less chat and more run.
I'm going to give some rolls here to decide which of these things the ooze attacks. So give me just a moment as I figure out what's going on.
Okay. Oh. See, the plan worked. Now we just have to get topside.
Right.
It has attacked the orc. And this thing is only going to be able to move there. This thing manages to get through the tunnels and out. You can hear the pitter-patter of small feet coming behind you. And you are now, let me see.
How did it open the door?
It has a very high intellect, and it is able to do such things. It is sentient. So it has slowed it down. It has only moved part of its distance, but it is now coming up on the door into the second bedroom. So it is not into the second bedchamber yet. You guys, meanwhile, are down you are down the hall and around the corner. I'm going to put the group of you down about there. You are down about to where the guard area is, where the goblins attacked you.
Whatever doors we pass, close them.
Right.
Close them, open other doors. I don't care.
Now, I'm going to, because that moves, so I'm going to say, Relian, if you want, you can then cast your spell at this point, because I'm kind of keeping you in turn order, so I have some idea if you make it out or not.
Okay, can you just describe the area we're in once more?
A narrow hallway 5 feet wide, opening with 5-foot doors either side of you into about 10 by 10 sized guard rooms.
Right, as soon as we pass through the door that we're entering, Flum, bleh. As soon as we're entering into the room, I'm going to close the door, latch it behind us, and I'm actually going to cast Minor Illusion just to make the door vanish, like it's just going to appear as a normal wall. And I'm going to turn back to the group and says, "Okay, time to keep moving. Let's go."
All right. So the illusion is the locked door, not a wall of fire.
It is a locked door disguised as just a normal wall. Yes.
Okay. So you have disguised the door that they know is there as a wall.
Hey, any minor confusion,
Okay.
anything that'll...
You had originally talked about making some kind of another wall or another wall of flame or something where it widened up. So I just want to. So they think they see a wall where the door is. You are now just before the final door that takes you. You have to step up and over this door. There's kind of a large threshold area to keep the sludge out, and you are at the final exit door going out into the sewers themselves. So I will say, with the distractions that you have between the ooze, the closed doors, and the slowing down with the ball bearings, which one of them was still affected by, plus the illusion of a wall, which might confuse them for a moment, I will say you are now running for your lives in the sludge sewer itself, heading for the sewer exit that you came in. However, as I mentioned when you were coming down, there are occasionally ladders and exits that look like they go up the street level as you come along the way. What are you going to do? Back the way that you know you came, or a different way?
I vote the way we know.
Yeah, I mean, we know it'd be safe. It'd be safer, probably, hopefully, less combat, because don't want to accidentally find other surprises in other hallways.
Yeah, the way we know is clear is probably the safe bet.
All right. So eventually you come back to the sewer cover. I don't know, and it doesn't matter whether you moved it aside and left it aside or not. Probably somebody would have wondered why it was aside and put it back over so nobody fell in the hole. So you probably would find the cover back on, but it is easily movable back to the side so that you can climb the ladder and climb out. I will take you out of turn order. At this point, you no longer are in turn order.
Oh my god, we made it.
Let us not count our blessings just yet. Let us get to the inn as swiftly as we can.
Sugar scales, you took the words right out of my mouth.
Don't call me that.
Well, first, I think the major priority here is getting this guy some help, because he is not looking good.
There may be someone who can help him there, unless you know of a healing location that we can go to that is trustworthy. We still need to contact the guards.
Where are we again?
You are at the party symbol, which is here, if you've got your map out far enough.
Well, the yawning portal's closer, so, but if we can find a potion shop along the way, I say we get a potion for him.
Considering the district you are in, you will probably have only about a 15% chance of finding a potion shop. Most of the things are more sleaze shops of various sorts. And so if somebody wants to roll a D100 for me, if you roll 15 or below, you find a potion shop.
I was actually going to see,
so what, 15 or below?
15 or below, about a 15% chance. It would be something. Yes.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Roll a D100 if you get 15 or below. Yes. All right. Good roll. In this case, low is better. So you actually
13.
You find a beat up shop and you rush in, and the old lady who is minding the counter is moving very slowly. Potion. I think I've got one here somewhere. Just a moment. And she starts digging through piles of used clothing and what have you. I knew there was one. I remembered it from Muncie. That was the person that came in about, probably about 20 days ago. I think that was the person with the big beard. And you
My good woman, this man's about to die. We don't have much time.
Cashin just slams 5 gold coins on the counter, just says, "Give me your best potion."
For 5 gold coins, that won't be much. How much does a potion cost? Isn't it 50?
One moment.
I am looking it up.
I thought it was like 25 gold for at least a decent potion. I mean, we're not looking to get this guy back at the full health.
Yeah, you just want to get the lowest level, but I'm trying to find out what they cost, and since it's kind of a used potion, it would probably be a little less than that. But I'm trying to see what we've got.
Wait, 8
here.
Oh yeah,
potion?
a regular healing potion is 50 gold.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was. So she would start bartering with you and so forth. You would probably give me a persuasion roll. Whoever thinks they have the best persuasion, give me a persuasion roll.
Oh, well, I also use my bardic inspiration.
Okay.
Has it been?
So
1d6.
So she finally says, "Fine, you're taking the bread out of my grandchildren's mouths, but fine, you can have it for 10."
Well, yeah, Cashin just forks over the 10 gold.
Okay, so you have a potion of healing.
And he immediately uncorks it and just brings it to Floon's mouth.
I will help him.
Give me a 2D.
If we
What?
roll
yeah,
me
if we,
roll me a 2d4 plus 2, and let's see how many points you give him back.
I'm gonna make sure he's not gonna choke on this like how Stannis did
Well,
last night.
this is a yeah. He's half conscious, so he's okay. Yep, you are able to give him 7 points back. So he arrives back actually with about 8 points because he was just like staggering unconscious halfway. So he is back. Let me see. Let me pull his token on again and see what his. I'm gonna see what his. Okay. He's a commoner. Yeah, you get him to full health.
Wow, Mr. the Clean, that was mighty generous of you. I was going to tell her that this guy's technically a noble and she's duty-bound to help, but, you know, what you did was okay, too. It's like I always say, you can lead a chicken to the desert, but you can't eat it raw.
I have no idea what that means. But
I don't think any of us do. Oh, hello, Nitro. Welcome to the stream. We're having a lot of fun. They just escaped the sewers with the person that they were trying to rescue, so you got in a good time.
We're getting raided again.
Yep.
Sweet.
Okey-doke. So we've got a group again. Welcome to the stream. We appreciate it very much. We've got a great game going here tonight. They've been through it and almost at level 1 almost had to fight an intellect devourer, which is like a level, I think it's a CR7 or something, sort of a 9. It's nasty. But they didn't. They managed to weasel out of the sewers, and they are now heading up Snail Street, heading for the Yawning Portal here, trying to get Floon back to his friend. Floon is feeling much better. He's very happy. He keeps grabbing each of you in turn and hugging you, which just delays you a step or two, but he can't seem to resist hugging everybody as you are running along the Snail Street on the way back.
Oh God, we got a special child.
Floon is very happy to be alive after the nightmare he's been through.
I'm just gonna keep a hold on his arm after he tries to hug me and just be like, just walk with us and don't make any more of a scene.
Yep. We'll get you to your friend Volo.
All right, so you pass various guards and people along the way. Anything you're going to say other than talking with the store lady as you are on your way? Any information you wish to impart, just giving you a chance to if you have anything.
Relian would sidle up to Floon and drape his arm across him, very careful not to aggravate any injuries, and say, Floon, old buddy, old pal, we go way back. Why, we've known each other less than a day. It's like we're childhood pals. I couldn't help but notice, while we were risking life and limb for your rather injured hide, Mr. Tentacleface said something about dragons. What, you wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you?
I don't have the foggiest idea what they were trying to do. They kept asking me where my father had hidden the dragons and where some, what was it, stone of Golor, something of the sort was, and I don't have any idea, and they kept calling me Renair.
That's what I thought. We're going to have a chat with somebody later, but you just don't worry your screechy little head. You're safe now, and you're going to be that way so long as you keep your mouth shut.
Okay, that's not very.
He kind of
Come
looks
on,
at
the
you
kid's been through enough.
and edges out from under your arm and moves up and starts to like get buddy with Epiphany until he takes a look under the hood, and then he sidles away over to Lyric.
Yeah, that would be for the best, at least.
We feel insulted.
Technically,
I am insulted.
technically, isn't like Lyric still at like 1 HP? You are the paper wind. You are the paper in the wind.
Yep.
Yeah,
Right now,
he's not
so-
all that healthy.
Floon bumps into him, they both fall down, they both die.
Mind you, it wasn't like physical damage, like something hit me, so like I am suffering from a headache pretty much.
You just have the
Yes.
killer migraine.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, you have the worst migraine you've ever had in your life. All right, guys. You managed to arrive back at the yawning portal.
I would have kept close to both Floon and Lyric, because if someone tried to attack Lyric, it's like I just want to make sure that it's like I can put myself in between.
But
All
yeah,
right.
we're back. We smell like sewage, and
If-
we have this ginger with us.
Smells like victory.
You have been out the better part of the day. It is about dinner time by the time you get back. And that smell of victory smells a lot like sewer on your shoes. You come traipsing into the yawning portal with the most god-awful scent in tow.
Can I use thaumaturgy to turn to turn the candlelight yellow green just to mess with everybody?
Oh God! Don't get us kicked out of the inn.
I won't do that.
I just have this image now of Epi and Rel leading the charge into the inn, and the second they enter, all the firelight in the inn just turns to the sickly yellow-green, and this horrid smell races inside, and Rel just shouts out, "Who wants to know what grey water is?"
That was more than gray water. It was black water, so yeah. But Epi, my dear, would you give me an intimidation roll?
Sure.
Oh God!
Oh my, a
Oh,
20
no.
intimidation.
Oh,
Interesting.
no.
All right. To most of the patrons of the inn, a monster has just walked in.
I'm screwed.
You had to.
Can I go over and punch Epiphany in the arm?
And
Stop that.
this monster who has walked in is dousing all the candles in the place, obviously with some hideous presence. And it smells like every corpse in the graveyard has just walked in the door.
As Nakri punches me in the face, can I just like?
No, not your face. Not your face.
Or
Your
just-
arm. It was just.
Yeah,
shoulder
well,
pad.
like,
It was kind of
as
stop
she
that.
comes over and punches, can he just like crumple like he just got totally knocked out?
Oh, you can pretend to do anything you want, yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna make
However-
it look like. Yeah, he's gonna make it look like she just knocked him.
Epi, my
However,
sweet little brother, what have you done?
I didn't.
You! Why have you felled the sweetest flower in the garden? Why?
Okay.
37 of the patrons have run screaming out of the door.
That is why I hit him.
While
You
this is happening,
monster!
while this is happening, Lyric is just gonna be like, Floon, why don't we get you to your friend while they handle
Let's
their
get
business
him a
here?
bath first. Let us all get a bath first before we go traipsing any more smell around.
Oh, you're.
Excuse me, my little brother's honor must be avenged. His hands
I'm
erupt
going-
into flames. I demand a duel!
And Cashin just slaps Rallian upside the head.
Actually, I was just going to put a hand on both of them and just start dragging them to their rooms.
The second Cassian slaps him upside the head, Relion's eyes flicker through like about a dozen colors each. He shakes his head and just looks around and says, "What were we talking about?"
We were talking about getting a bath and getting our reward.
All
Oh,
right.
that sounds nice. What's that be doing on the floor?
So,
Sleeping.
Being silly.
so tell me, who's doing what? Whether some of you are going directly for Volo and your reward and doing baths afterwards, or are some of you
I'm
taking
def-
baths first?
Bath first.
Cashin doesn't care. This is like a normal day for him.
Reward first.
Yeah, reward first.
Okay, so the very noble Nakri is going to traipse off to upstairs, and the rest of you are meeting with Volo, I take it? Anyone else leaving?
Yep.
Okay.
Anticipating the guards.
All right, so as you come up to the table, he kind of, oh,
Vomits.
where y'all been? Oh my goodness! And he takes out a handkerchief and puts it up to his nose. Oh my goodness! You smell like the cistern.
Well, we saw the cistern.
Where do you think your friend was being held?
Oh my goodness, he's been down there. Oh my, I'm so sorry, Floon. I'm so sorry. I have no idea what was going to happen. What happened to you? And Floon starts rapidly chattering and telling him about all the events and how they were captured and everything. And Volo nods. Apparently Renair had come by earlier in the day and told him about the kidnapping. So what are the rest of you going to say?
Well, Cashin's just going to pipe up and say, well, we're not feeling all that great. I mean, me and Laracure nearly died. And we definitely earned the ire of, and he leans in closer, Xanathar.
Well, you three probably are. They probably won't recognize me and Epi.
Oh, that's not good. That's disturbing. oh my.
Sorry.
I hope.
And Cashin goes back to where he was. We think this may be related to the gang war between Xanathar and Zentarum.
Oh, that's not good at all.
Or that's not-
Floon, you better leave the city for a while. I'll put you up in my room for a while, but as soon as we can, we better have the guards get you out of town.
Actually, Volo, I think the person who's in real danger is Renair.
Floon speaks up, but they think I'm Renair.
Yes, there was apparently a mix-up between Flu and Renair, considering they look a little, well, they have similar features, and they didn't really know who to grab, so they just took Floon, thinking he was Renair.
You know, apparently that's why they were asking me all about dragons and some stone, magic stone of some kind. I don't know.
Relion leans forward. I'm sorry, what?
That magic, they said it was a magic stone of Golor or something like that. Volo starts writing really fast. He's taking down all these notes about stone of
And
Golor.
by dragons, do you mean coin?
They were talking about the fact that my father had stolen a whole bunch of coin from the city when he was an open lord.
And they think you were Renair.
Apparently.
Relian's subtly shaking Epi, magic item, Epi.
What did you say the name of the object was?
Stone of Golor.
Could I do an Arcana or a History check for it?
Yes, you can. Let me do something because I need information before you do it. Okay, let's see what we've got here so that I can give you some basic information about what is known. Okay, give me an Arcana check.
15.
In a magic shop that you and Relian were in, there were a couple of mages that were talking about a magic stone that was named something to this effect that was mythological. And it was rumored to be a stone with a degree of sentience that could be used to magically ward or lock things. And the name sounded somewhat the same as what Floon is talking about.
Which was like the stone of what?
I'll write it in chat here so you can actually see it.
You say a magic shop me and Epi were in. Just say what it is. We were casing the joint.
Pardon the reversed caps there because of my push the talk button. It's GOLORR.
Epi, I want it. I want it kind of real bad.
We would concur.
Bolo has taken down copious notes on this thing as he's talking to Floon, and he says, I have heard that rumored somewhere before that it was something that was taken by the, well, it was rumored to be taken by Lord Neverember himself. That doesn't bode well. But I don't know if he actually stole the money that they're talking about. Speaking of money, well, that brings me to a bit of a problem. Just a minor problem. You see, I know I promised you a mite to gold for bringing Floon back, but in between my publishing, and I haven't quite published the latest book, you understand. And, well, I can give you an IOU for the cash, but I'll never have it said that Volo ever welches on a promise. So, if you're up to it, I can give you something in exchange that's worth a great deal more than the gold. And he starts digging in his bag, and he pulls out a scrolled up parchment, and he lays it on the counter, and it's tied up with a ribbon and a bow.
As he's talking, Relian's just reaching into his sleeve, and he's slowly withdrawing what is clearly a very sharp and intricate ritual dagger. But as he says the words, worth something more, he slowly puts it back and reaches out for the scroll.
What is it?
Go ahead, open it. It's worth a great deal.
Brilliant.
Cashin unties the ribbon, and
I reached out
Brilliant
for
already
it.
has it.
Yeah,
Brilliant
everybody, I'm not going to worry about who opens it. It gets opened on the thing. Each of you are holding a corner. And you see written in very formal calligraphy, very well done. It's obviously something formal document. You see that it says deed to Troll Skull Manor. I'll turn it over to you. I'll own it outright, but I'll turn it over to you. We just need to get a magistrate to witness the sale and transfer of the property. It's a large manor. It's down on Troll Skull Alley. It's quite large.
Okay, knowing the city as we do, Troll Skull Alley, bad part of the town?
It is a merchant section of the city, people who would like to be nobles but can't really afford servants and the like, except maybe just a very lowly cleaner or something. It is a bit, you would call it a kind of a rundown nobles area or a trade area.
Oh, so it's like Nouvelle Riche instead of old money.
Yes.
So middle class.
Middle class and upper middle class a little bit.
Could I say that by now I have come back? Like I've just scrubbed as much. Yeah.
Yeah, you took a quick spit.
Just to
Question.
get the smell off.
Mr. Volo, question. Is this place haunted?
Well, I haven't been in it in a while. It's been out of use for a while. You'll have to determine that on your own, but I guarantee it's worth a great deal more than the 100 gold I promised.
Sir?
How far is it?
It's just a short ways to the north of here.
Let us go see together.
Well,
I'm just gonna stop
didn't we
behind
pass
them and
by
like,
before?
Some of you would know the area. I would say Cashin would probably know the area reasonably well, as would Tiffany and Relian. They would probably know the area as well. Let me pause OOCly just a moment because there is possibly one other thing hanging here. Lyric, is there anything that you wish to play out?
Yeah, so seeing that there is no more money to be had, Lyric is just gonna step back from the table. Well, that's all fine and all, but I think I'm done with adventuring and haunted houses and all this stuff. So if you don't mind, as I said before, I quite like living, and I almost just died doing a simple grab and run job. This is where I'm going to bow out. And I say that.
OOCly, Brett has decided the party needs more heals. So Lyric, after nearly having a brush with death, has decided he's going to retire to be a bard in the Yawning Portal. So you will see him from time to time strumming away and singing his wonderful songs.
Loud screecher! No, I thought we had something.
Oh, we certainly had something, Relian.
I'll just be behind the group and I'll look. Is that a deed to a house?
A manor, to be specific.
A manor that Mr. Volo will neither confirm nor deny is haunted.
You know what? How about this? Since we'll see the area, and depending on where the area is located will depend on who is the primary owner of the house. Seeing as how upkeep and owning property is going to be costly and pricey, I am more than willing to foot the bill and let you all live in it with no charge.
Well,
I might add that once upon a time it had a rather profitable tavern in the downstairs.
Wait, it has a tavern connected to it?
And once upon a time, I'm afraid it's been closed for quite a while.
Let us go see it and see if it is worth the effort involved.
Lyric
So
motions
so
to a fellow who is standing in the crowd, I think.
he was actually going to move over to the guy, actually. But before he does that, he's going to go to Nakri, goes to shake her hand for saving him, essentially, if she allows it.
Yeah, she's fine with it. She's already washed off the gun. A little stink is not going to kill her.
So then she'll know that, or she'll feel him palming 3 gold into her hand for payment of saving his life, essentially. Sorry, it's got your germs on it now. I can't take it back.
Pretends like she took it. She actually re-palmed it back on him.
Nope. He's going like this. Sorry, it's got your germs on it. I can't take it back.
Okay, so Nakra gets an extra 3 gold.
Stephanie holds out
Lyric,
his claw.
Hold it. Actually,
Lyric walks
nope, he
away
walks-
and
he walks
over
past.
to an individual at the bar that looks like this.
Yep.
Wait, Lyric, wait, you never got to touch my head.
you know what's actually kind of sad? I'm halfway tempted to offer his gold back if he'll help us reestablish that tavern that he can work out of.
Well, you can
Please.
consider hiring him later.
So
Please,
yeah,
no.
he'll move over to the character that you see on the screen. You'll see him handing over the paperwork that he actually had from the warehouse, and you'll see him handing over the purple mummified fingers, giving a little laugh out of it, and the figure that he's handing it to is just shaking his head like this is supposed to be some kind of funny joke. And then he accepts it anyway.
Volo leans into the group of you and he goes, "That's the shepherd. He's taken care of the city of the dead for, well, as long as I can remember. He's been there so long, some folks say he's one of them."
Interesting.
Cashin
Oh,
is curious but cautious. Well, actually, no. He's just being funny.
Oh, I see how it is. I wear a hood and I'm creepy. He wears a hood and he's all mysterious and ancient.
You know what?
Probably also
Actually,
has a face.
you're both creepy, both mysterious and ancient.
I will say that both Lyric and the shepherd accompany the group as you journey to Cold Skull Manor if you're going to go. Probably talking and exchanging information as they go, kind of thing.
Yes,
So
we
I
would
think-
like to see the manor first.
So if any
before
of you
deciding the
want to
deal.
ask the shepherd any questions on the way, you can. So let me put you on the map.
Epiphany just walks right up to the shepherd and starts.
The shepherd just kind of does a side glance, a little curious.
Oh no,
Then
we
goes
were
back
in
to talking to Lyric.
Troll Crook Alley.
Don't mind him.
Troll
He's,
Skull is what you got now.
Yeah, where's Troll Skull?
To the north.
don't mind him too much. He needs a bath.
I wasn't worried about that, miss.
Do you have shepherd's pie?
And then he does a little side glance to Relian. No.
He may be crazy, but he's good in combat.
There it is.
For those of
Then-
you who know the city, you would know that City of the Dead is the largest graveyard on the Sword Coast. It is enormous, and the rows of mausoleums and gravestones have been described as looking like an entire city of the dead.
Are you undead?
Another side glance. No.
A lot of people think you are.
I know that.
You are being rude, friend Ro.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I don't mind. He's being particularly more pleasant than some of the others.
And he's
Using
more
others
pleasant.
as in universal others, not like the rest of the party.
I'm just thinking, considering most of the people he deals with, he's probably the life of the party. Okay, the City of the
Feel
Dead
that-
encompasses that large area there on the eastern fence of Waterdeep. If you want to see what it is, it's big, so it's easy to find. Okay, so back up to the north and the North Ward area where Troll Skull Alley is. Have all of you located it?
Take the high road to Delzorin Street. No, take the high road to the tower. No, to Sardern, to Sourdough Street, and then south into Troll Skull Alley.
You take the low road, and I'll take the high road, and I'll get to Troll Skull before ye.
We would appreciate no singing, please. Thank you.
I do
All right.
prefer lyric singing and
What are friends for? All right, so the group of you come up to this building that's right here by the T where it says Troll Skull Alley. That's the manor that he leads you to, and this is what you come up to. It is boarded up.
Great, a fixer-upper.
Like I said, I don't mind putting my name down on it. And then fixing it up.
Would you rather I had only one name on it, or do you want all of your names on it so you have a say in its operation?
I mean,
Well-
could it?
Epiphany is going to shoot a very large, sinewy claw around Riley and bring him in.
I mean, if it,
Relian
have
just bends
that.
like taffy.
We could have a place to hide.
I mean, we had a place to hide. You just hate going to the temple.
Yes, yes, we do. This would not have a temple. No one would be able to see here.
I mean, I could set up a temple. A little shrine to Mistra. That would be nice.
Please do not.
The house has at least 3 stories and probably an attic, so it is quite large, and it extends almost an entire block in width with a bit of a fenced, walled-in yard around it.
Mr. Volo, would it be possible to do a kind of like a senior partner, junior partner kind of thing where it's her name on the deed, but we still have kind of like a, I don't know, shared interest?
I would consider you all roommates if you did.
Well, I was planning on paying you all. I hate to leave
I would
anyone
like to
out.
insight. I would like to insight check the Dragonborn.
Why?
He wants to see
I
if
would-
you've got
I would
ulterior
like.
motives.
I'd like to see if she's got some ulterior motive and is trying to screw us out of our money.
Money isn't involved. At least
Okay,
not
you guys,
yet.
you guys inside checked me. Guess what? She's actually letting you stay there for no rent.
Yes, but then you have the name on the thing, so it means it's all your money.
Okay, all right. OOC for a second. On the logical scale, could you? Okay, given what you two do, given Ellison's standing in the city. No offense, Ellie.
And
whose
lyric
name do you-
buggering off.
Yeah, lyric buggering off. Whose name is going to most likely bring the least amount of attention and problems if they own property in this city?
Well,
Yeah,
she
but
should,
see-
she should probably
Well,
say that in
maybe-
character then.
Or
It's
I'm
just-
going to stop and I'm going to ask one individual specifically whether he
Okay.
wants his name on this, Cashin, because you have the least amount of negative the stuff swirling around you. What do you want?
Well, Cashin, well, he's not. Well, to put it, well, to answer the question simply, he's basically a maybe on whether or not he wants to have a say in the ownership of the manor.
Well, roll a die or something, because I will do what you guys, I will put the names on the deeds as you do it, and you will have to say, well, I think I would at least like one name attached or something if you decide to do it, because you're actually going to go to a magistrate.
We would have to speak to a magistrate.
Yes.
Actually,
We have to do the formal transfer, and we have to pay. Did I mention there was a bit of a fee involved in, and I'm kind of short at the moment until my book is published, you understand?
How much is the fee?
It's only about 15 gold.
Epiphany puts his face right up to Volo.
Well, either way, Cashin is deciding that he does want his name on the deed.
All right.
Friend Relian, if there is a magistrate involved, perhaps it is best that we do not appear.
Yeah, if they see our name on any type of legal property, whenever something bad goes on, you know the first place they're going to raid. So maybe not. But you, Sugar Scales, do not screw with us. Do not ever screw with us.
Why would I screw over potential coworkers? Ever.
We like this one.
Equal share of property. We each get our own little space, and equal share of any future profits.
Shepard, Volo will include you if you wish to own property in the city.
I would prefer not to.
All right.
Thank you for the kind
So
offer.
Cashin and Nokri have the standing that they feel that they would bring reasonably. I mean, Cashin has a kind of a reputation, positive reputation, among the kind of scallywags, rogues, and those sort of things of the city. He is the type of person that a soldier who has a little trouble following orders and wants to go his own way and sometimes gets thrown in the brig for it would probably like an establishment that Cashin is associated with. It's that strata of scallywags that he'd actually be a draw.
Cashin, I have an idea. Since you would like to do this on the deed, and I would like to do this on the deed, I'll lay my cards on the table. If I have my name on property in this city, I may be able to do business that I've been attempting to start up, which I'll go into more detail later, which is why I've been eyeing the group of you, and now I'll have to assess our new friend here. You can operate, I would say we do this jointly. I'll manage a lot of the financials on the house. You can bring in what is needed for the inn and start getting it established.
Cool. Yeah.
Fair? And then,
That's
of course,
deal.
because we were all working together, we will split the profits. Until we all decide to part ways.
Of course.
Perhaps, friend Relian, we can provide the registration gold in order to ensure that we are not forgotten.
You darlings, you will never be forgotten in my eyes.
Yeah, you two have scarred me for life.
Epi, mission accomplished!
I actually find them charming.
He goes to give Relian a big hug.
You just see now two sorcerers just hugging in the street.
You guys are having like the weirdest, belliest hug ever. It's like the dumpster fire just got bigger.
So are the two of you in agreement that you'll go into joint operation running your ends of the business, whatever you want to do?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
and I would assume, okay, and then the rest of you would also have certainly rooms and so forth that you could have for residency. You would have businesses that you could run in it and so forth. So obviously you'll have many opportunities here will present itself. Are you going to go to the magistrate now, or do you need more tour of the magistrate?
I think you guys should go back to the inn and clean up before we meet any officials.
Yeah.
It wouldn't look good getting things legitimized if you smell so horribly.
Plus, it is late, so we should do this in the morning.
There is that too.
All right, so where are you going to spend the night?
Let's sleep in our new place. See if it's haunted. Volo, sleepover.
Not today.
I don't think it has running water.
Sure,
do
it
not
does.
require
Little
that.
street urchins come running in with water.
Anyway, yeah, we're going
Hit
back.
them! She points to Rel and Epiphany.
Return.
When I was living in a dorm in college, and it was an honest-to-God dorm. It was the real on-campus dorm. Out my senior year, I preferred to live in a dorm. I didn't have to take care of anything. I was lazy. But we used to, every year when the new flock of freshmen arrived, we used to refer to it as the hot and cold running freshmen. So you'd have hot and cold running urchins. Okay.
Either way, yeah, Epiphany will not return to the yawning portal. He's been seen there too often lately.
And I would say that with Relian and Epiphany's type of residencies that they've had, they probably would
Actually,
find
hold on.
some boxes to hole up in the back.
We'll just bust the door open and sleep inside the front door.
Actually, you know what? He turns to Knocker. He said, "So you said we smelled, right?"
I mean, we were all in the sewer. You
Okay.
just think.
He just starts pelting Epiphany with prestidigitations and cleaning little bits of him at a time. Like,
We always
cloak.
dislike this. We always
Hold
dislike
still,
it.
Epi.
It's like cleaning your dog.
What do you
Yeah,
think? I call it a shower.
Why must we do this?
like a little boy being dragged to the bathtub.
He's just circling him, throwing prestidigitations at him, cleaning a foot at a time.
Uh,
I'm
it,
just going to...
Epiphany stands up and he's a human. No, I'm just kidding.
Tale as old as time.
His torn piece of sail, that he uses as a robe actually looks reasonably clean.
Oh my god.
That was
Now-
our favorite dirt patch.
Now Relian starts throwing the prestidigitations up in the air and just letting them pelt down on him, doing the same thing to himself.
I'm just going to just cover my eyes for a moment, look down, and just be like, I seriously love you two. You were so strange.
I go over to Nakri. Are they always like this?
I've only known them for about maybe 2 days. They are indeed very strange. But I find that that's their actual charm.
This is the high charisma part.
This is the part where being sorcerers with high charisma comes in handy.
It kind
Just-
of
just-
grows on you like a weird fungus on a tree.
Interesting.
Somehow it's the most fitting metaphor possible.
Or one of those brain-eating funguses that infects ants.
Too soon.
Oh my god. I'm crying right now.
Here's a
I want
joy.
to
Here's
see
a joy.
here.
Oh my god.
I want to see which month you are in. Okay.
Ugh. Oh man, sorry, just
So Relian and Epi are all clean now, and they don't smell like sewer. They smell like magic now, and before you ask, it smells like purple.
So what is this? Purple rain?
No, it's chocolate rain.
oh no,
Oh
stop
my,
that.
the gnome will be out gathering a bunch of it.
Yeah, I was just gonna say the shepherd sniffs the air. Is like it's like that one shop with the gnome.
All right,
No, we
so
went in
are
there.
you all clean? Did Sam, did Relian get you all
Oh yeah.
clean?
I'm sorry, what?
Everybody's all cleaned up?
Yes.
Yep.
Well,
ready for
Cashian
tomorrow.
Cashian isn't.
Well, I think we're doing a fast forward, right?
Actually, you know, Aurelian starts pelting him with prestidigitations.
Yeah, that's what I thought you prestidigitated everyone into clean. Is
Oh, great.
what I'd assume. So,
He's just throwing prestidigitations at Cashian and saying, "Eat it! Eat it!"
Volo says to you, what Volo says to you, it's late and I doubt very much the magisters will come out this late at night. They're pretty particular about their privacy, you know. But if you don't mind, I'll set up a meeting with Kylene Silverton tomorrow. First thing in the morning, we'll go over and sign this deed over to you. Is that
Hey.
satisfactory to you?
That works. That works very well.
Mm-hmm.
And so, as we end for the evening, the last thing that we will handle is that after you have your sleep for the evening and you've slept for the night, you meet Volo first thing on the third day of your adventures. And he takes you to the magister that he was doing. She is a prissy, thin, elderly magister who has very prunish lips and looks very irritated that she's having to handle such an unimportant transfer of unimportant property. But do you scrape together the 15 gold?
Epiphany puts up 7 gold, 5 silver.
Aurelian will put up 6 gold.
You're almost there. Need about a half a gold more.
Cashin puts in the final gold coin.
I was just gonna pay the whole 15, but whatever.
You are paying to fix it.
Yeah, you'll have things. I will get you information about how your fix-up and those things will work. But you now own a potential business, and we will be dealing with that when we begin next week. You will take up with that. So you now own Troll Skull Manor, and with that, I'm going to go into the things. Let me dig something out and hand something over to you.
You know what would be interesting on the doorway of this building? An actual troll skull. Who wants to go hunt one?
That
We
sounds
would enjoy
fun.
that. Yes, we will do that.
I highly recommend not doing so.
We would enjoy doing it.
Wait, buddy. Do you have any trolls interred in your graveyard?
Would I know that?
Let's not wake the dead.
Yes, you would know that there are some trolls. There's just about every race known, either people that
Well,
died in
I'm
battle or
assuming
whatever.
troll. They mean troll as in a monster.
Yeah.
I mean, there might be a common grave for some of the things that were killed in battles and so forth.
Or like a corpse pit or something.
We're gonna have to-
I would assume there is, however.
Can we have
odds
one?
Against it.
We're gonna have to divide this place up.
What did Aurelian say?
Can we have one?
Under
No.
your player's handouts, where it says additional handouts, you will find Troll Skull Manor. As access, you can now see the floor plan of Troll Skull Manor, so that you have that for your perusing and deciding what you are going to do with the various activities.
Oh goodness.
Where is it?
Underneath
at
the
the
handouts
bottom.
of the coins.
Open players, open
Okay, yeah.
handouts, open additional handouts, and you'll
There we
find
go, I
Troll
found it
Skull
now.
Manor.
I found it.
So can it just be assumed that Epi and Rel call the attic? Epi,
Damn, there's like 3 floors.
Rel sleeping in the bed and Epi sleeping underneath the bed.
I have one more thing before we close the evening.
Sorry.
You are level 2.
Yay.
How much EXP do we have to put into that for the level?
300.
We don't have experience. We do
we
by
know.
milestones.
Oh, we know
I-
it's for character
It's for the
manager.
yeah.
Just look up, just look up. But I think you are,
This should be 300, yeah.
yeah.
Danke.
Very good. Well, we will see you all next week. Hopefully we'll see some of you that are live tonight. Thank you for dropping by and watching the crone do her thing. We have crazy experiences, and these people are going to be having to fix up Troll Skull and see what's going on. Meanwhile, you have a mystery that is obviously racking the city, having to do with a whole bunch of missing dragons, as in gold, and a thing called a Stone of Golor. So you'll have to figure out what that is as you are doing all this. We will see you next week on Troll Skull Alley. I mean on Crone's Crucible. Good night, all. Be sure to tune in Saturday for Are You Sure?
Remember, everybody, when life gives you lemons, you burn you burn life's house down.
He always has a final thing to say. Good night, everybody.
Later.
Bye.